What's up, Fire Fam? This is Kaya on Fire, and today we are going to talk about bows and the new arrows added to the game in today's patch. Now, these arrows are actually quite game-changing, and I can see them being highly nerfed from what I have just seen. They are pretty mad. So, I have got all the arrows to show you. We're trying it out with the Bosnian bow because I noticed I got fixed. So here we go. All the arrows we have an ancient arrow, healing arrow, explosive arrow, a light arrow, poison arrow, and a tar arrow. So the first one I'm going to load up is an ancient arrow. The ancient arrow is actually pretty mad actually for PvP. I would say it only has use in PvP, but I think there might be a lot of potential in it. Basically what it does is it creates a corruption cloud. So if you were to shoot this into your competitors, this would decrease their HP and stamina pools quite significantly. Also, if you got more of them, you could create quite a lot. You see what I mean? But no, it lasts for quite a while. All of these arrows act exactly like orb effects, but this is basically portable corruption. Now, our next arrow we're going to try out is the healing arrow. I actually quite like the healing arrows, and I'll tell you why. So we have Aoda Maneater with us. She has been fighting. And we have an enemy here also. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot this healing cloud out. Let's see if it actually heals the enemy when she's fighting him.
I will feast upon you.
We'll shoot another one.
God will have your soul.
So it doesn't heal the enemy, luckily, so they have thought about that. But it is going to heal Ada if I get it on her. You can shoot your thrall, but I don't recommend it. You only need to shoot near it. And it ticks up the HP quite decently, actually. It doesn't last as long as some of the arrows effects, but it is nice to do. Going on to our next one, we have the explosive arrow. Now this arrow is nutty, alright? We have our friend here. That pretty much explains it for you. But these are pretty much one-shot kills. These are. And when you cover someone in tar with the tar arrow, it has this sort of effect. Now you see, once you shot an explosive arrow, you can shoot a tar arrow also in there, which will create the same combination as you do with tar and fire orbs. So you have the burning effect on its own and the explosions going on without, you know. The explosive arrow is really nuts in my opinion. I think it might be a little bit too much, but my god, is it fun. I'll have a look at the crafting cost later for you, but you can shoot and get fireplaces at fast succession, and with the vaults being nerfed, I see these vaults getting destroyed very, very quickly. I'm not sure if it's a good thing. I think a lot of people in PvP are going to struggle with this sort of thing. Also, to top that off, you get a poison arrow on top of that all. So you can also do this. So you can also cover your enemy in clouds of poison. Although I noticed with this, once you've shot one of these, you can then not shoot another one next to it. It will stay in the same place, so you can't go nutty with these. They can only be shot in certain distance of each other, which I like. That stops the problem coming out. As you see, it dissipates and it will go into the two patches I've just created. So you cannot create a cesspool of poison in a way. Now, last but not least, we have the light arrow. Now I have to change it back to dusk for this. And what this does is actually pretty nice. If you were to go to dungeons, it's pretty nice. It creates a little light for you, so you can light up the way. And you can, even what I thought about, you can light up one of the thralls that you want to kill. you're going to find these, you're going to find these under the weapons tab, under the archers tab. They are all named specialist ammunition. They have all of this. You also have an ivory arrow that I forgot to show you, so I'm going to quickly show you that now. Pretty much what it is, it's a sharp arrow made out of ivory. It's not as good as the other ones, but it's another arrow to have. So for explosive arrow, it's actually pretty fair on what it costs. Dragon powder isn't always the easiest to get, I find, so that's alright. It has a decent cost, and of course you have to make normal arrows to go with all of these. Healing arrows take aloe dragon powder, normal iron head arrow, ivory arrows take quite a bit of ivory per arrow actually, which is interesting. Light arrow, glowing essence, so you know all that glowing essence you never use? Yeah, there you go. Poison arrow uses ichor, which I found quite interesting. I'm surprised they didn't use mushrooms or anything, and of course you're going to need a lot of feathers for all of these arrows. The crafting actually is pretty intricate. Tar arrow, 10 tar, and more glowing essence. So glowing essence is actually going to become more useful. So all of that stuff you've been saving, there you go. If you've been throwing it away, ouch. Now, what is my opinion on these? On my opinion, I think the crafting cost is pretty fair per arrow. Yes, the powder is, but for the amount of damage the explosive arrow does, yeah, it does need to be pretty expensive. So I find the cost of them to be quite balanced. The only one I'm not really sure about is the ivory arrow. It didn't seem to do much damage at all when I hit thralls with it. But we'll see if that gets patched or not. As far as I'm looking now though, I think it's decent. I love the arrows, I think they've done a wonderful job on them, and I hope you have a wonderful time playing around with them as well. So that is it from me today. Thank you for watching, I love you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye!